Good day, knife nerds. It's the Big Canucker coming at you with another knife review. Today I want to have a look at, I think, a Hall of Fame knife. As far as my EDC preference is a Ray Laconico Keen. I absolutely love this knife. I've been carrying this knife now for about 2 months, and just about every day I've been, just about every day I've been carrying this knife, and I'm extremely happy with it. Now, this knife actually came to me via mass drop, and it seems to be a nice, easy way to get yourself some affordable knives. And they seem to have a really good selection, and this is one of them. The purple anodized really caught my eye. I thought that was a great color, and I kind of wanted to get that. I kind of like the funky colors, but let's go over this knife here. It is just a smidge under 8 inches long at 7.9 inches. And just to give you an idea, we've got a few other ones here. We've got here a Spyderco Spidey Chef. That gives you an idea. And then we've got an Endura here. So the Endura's got just about a 4-inch blade. And this one here, you can see that it is, the blade length on this is 3.4 inches. So you're losing just a little bit, but it's still a great EDC size at 3.4 inches long. And of course, we've got my Lucky Toonie there just to give you some more size comparisons. Now, what to tell you about this thing here. 3.4 inches blade, 7.9 inches long. It is a radiused half-inch titanium handle. You can get it in a plain version, or you can get it with the portholes, or you can get it with the straight line down the center. I happened to get the portholes not because I liked it, but the fact that I wanted the purple and there were none left. I wanted the purple plain, but the only way the purple came was with the portholes, so I actually got it. The porthole saves you a tiny bit of weight. The plain Ray Laconico Keen is 4.4 ounces or 123 grams, and you put these portholes in and you're going to save 0.1 of an ounce to 4.3 ounces or 1.21 grams. Looks like it's 1.21 gigawatts. All right. Now going back into the blade too as well, 3.4 inches long, and the thickness is actually 4 millimeters, and it's a really usable 4 millimeters. I mean, you know, a lot of people, they think that once you start to get into that little bit of a thicker blade, you're going to have some issues with some cutting. But this is a fully flat ground blade, and it came sharp right from mass drop, and it is an incredible slicer. It's one of my favorite knives for cutting cardboard, and in my job I cut a pile of cardboard, and I love this completely fully flat ground. So you can see just a little bit at the end here. There's a little bit of a shoulder here, but other than that, it's fully flat ground. You've also got a hardened lock bar insert too as well in the Reeves integral lock here. And that's going to prevent any sort of lock stick with the titanium in the blade. Now the blade is actually an S35 VN blade, which is was a steel that was Chris Reeves helped produce, and you know, he had the S30, but he wanted something that was a little bit easier to grind and machine, so they tweaked the formula a little bit with his input, and they came up with an S35 VN, and that's a CPM, which is crucible particle metallurgy, and it's a special way that they mix the steel. They actually put all the components in they get it red hot, and they spray it into a cold tower, and it creates little tiny particles, and then they mix it all together, and then they melt it down again. So you've got your carbides that are carbides, and all the material are fully formed right across the blade. So it gives you incredibly pure steel, which is very easy to sharpen, has great toughness and strength, as well as a really great edge retention. You've also got yourself a titanium pocket clip, and I've actually had no issues with this knife coming out of my pocket. I hate any sort of clips that don't give you that safety and security retention in your pocket, and this isn't one of them. This is a great clip. It's not quite as deep carry as I'd like, but with just a little bit sticking out of the end, it's not too bad. And of course, I always tie a lanyard in the lanyard holes. I love just grabbing a leather shoelace that you can buy for very cheap, $3-4, and it comes with really really long leather shoelaces. And I always tie myself little lanyards. I really like the way it looks and the way it draws out of the pocket. You've also got a titanium back spacer, and like I said, your body is a titanium, and it's ever so slightly radiused. Now this is a flipper lock, and it is extremely fun to flick. It's extremely smooth. You've got caged ceramic bearings and a ceramic detent, and they did a really, really good job. It is almost fall shut. I've just got to give her a little bit of a... It's hard to kind of get it to fall shut here at the camera, but it will fall shut. And it is, like I said, extremely smooth. You've got your flipper tab here, which is just not as Mr. Shabazz would say. It's not a big giant pocket pecker. It's a little bit of a one. And it's really really nicely chamfered all the way along. So there's no sharp edges on it. So when you do stick your hand in your pocket to grab something, you're not going to tear your hand up or tear your jeans up, which is a really really nice thing. Now. I have had this knife for, let's just see here, going on 5 months or so, and no, maybe a little less, 4 months, and it has been in my pocket just about every day, and at least every week. I absolutely love this knife, and I think it's a fantastic buy at about $150. This one costs a little bit more because, like I said, you've got the purple anodizing and the portholes. But to me, I think the plain one is just absolutely fantastic. I know Mastrop can sometimes get a little bit funny with putting Mastrop on the blades. Here they've got tiny bit of Mastrop here, so it doesn't really give it take away from the look of the knife. And you've got Ray Laconico here. I'm not sure if you can see that, but Ray Laconico here on the back of the knife blade spine, which is, I think, a great little touch. Now, I've used this knife to cut a lot of cardboard, and it's held up extremely well. I didn't notice any real bad hot spots because it seems like everything is very, very well chamfered. Although this knife is made in China, it is made by We Knives using top quality material, and it looks like they've got top quality machinists. The fit and finish on this knife was great. It came well centered, and it was also extremely sharp out of the box. Now you've got some stainless steel hardware. The rest of your stainless steel is hardware. I've taken this knife apart and I have given it a little bit of servicing, and the hardware on it isn't a really super soft hardware. It seems like it's holding up. I know sometimes you can go to open up a knife and you start to strip the Torx. This isn't the case. It seems to be holding up extremely well. So if you're looking for, a sub $200 titanium frame lock, with a lot of fidget and some smooth and great fit and finish, you can't go wrong with the Ray Laconico Keen. So once again, this is the Big Canucker coming at you here with another knife review. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Thanks very much. Bye-bye.